Hello and welcome back to another week of Two Sheep in a Pool. My name's Ben.
My name's James.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. We have just had to restart the beginning of this podcast like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
It's not often we have to do that.
No, we don't normally.
No, we've been fucking up.
Yeah.
And usually even when we do mess up, we just roll with it anyway.
Oh yeah. Just future Ben's problem.
Right.
Do it in post.
Speaking of fuck-ups,
What you done?
I'm talking about myself, yeah? I'm a fuck. Basically,
True that.
My complaint this week is myself.
Okay.
I was making a delicious carbonara the other day. It was very nice.
We're going straight into complaints immediately.
Because this has been in my bonnet for a full week.
Go on.
And I wanted to tell you about it.
Okay.
Have you ever had a moment in your life where your body just defies you and it does something that you didn't expect it to do? Mm-hmm. Basically, I wrapped some spaghetti around my fork. I put the fork in my mouth, and then my jaw just clenched around it in like some sort of mad animalistic way.
Yeah.
And I've chipped my tooth.
Have you actually?
Yeah.
Oh god.
I've chipped the front of my tooth. You can't really see it, but it's like shaved a bit of the front off.
Why do you think you did that?
I've no idea. And it was literally on the first bite. I was like, ah.
Did you like have a spasm in
think
your mouth?
so. Or my brain was just like, oh, this is like a sandwich. Do you know what I mean? Like, I bit into it like it was some sort of sandwich.
You were just so hungry.
Yeah, it was like, oh, this is soft pastry stuff. I can just chew right through this, apart from there's metal in the middle of it.
Yeah. I'm glad that you said you wrapped it around the fork, because when you started that sentence, you were gesturing. I thought you were going to wrap it around your arm or something. I thought that was the weird thing you did.
Wait, do you not eat pasta with your hands? Just scoop it up and shove it into your mouth.
Spaghetti sleeve.
It's the quickest way to do it. And the thing that bothers me most, like the pain's gone now, but you know when like something changes in your mouth, that you just, I'm still feeling it now, and I think I did it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So my mouth's like, this is just not right. Like it feels like there's something on my teeth.
How many friendships do you think involve? So you said this spaghetti incident.
Yeah.
And you said, I've been waiting all week to tell you.
Are you saying
very, I don't know whether it's more weird the wanting to tell me about the spaghetti incident or holding off for a week to tell me about it. It's a unique scenario, is what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like a massive thing. I just thought it would be good to complain about.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That's why it's a weird, unique situation.
We're just special, aren't we, Ben?
So special.
Have you had a good week then, so far?
I've had a good week. I'll. Actually, let me check something first.
Oh, okay.
I don't need to check whether I've had a good week. This is a talking
Have
point.
you got some sort of like weird amnesia where you forgot that if you had a good week or not, and you have to check? Did you write down like
my
good
phone?
week?
My phone has just informed me it is a good week.
It is a good week. It's only Tuesday.
I'd like to make. Will I recommend? We're going into now.
Okay.
I'd like to recommend something. A Bosch Rotac 37 lawnmower.
Oh, okay. I haven't actually checked your background. I think I did look in it, but I didn't notice anything out of the
Well, I'd
ordinary.
like to say I've mowed. Have you ever mowed a lawn?
Yes.
The bane of my life when I've done it before is you have to be careful that you don't run over the cord, because obviously it will
Kill you.
and break the
Yes.
lawnmower.
Yes.
We got given a lawnmower. It's wireless.
Wow.
It's magical. I had such fun mowing the lawn.
Is it like a hovering one as well? So you were just like, sweeping.
Oh no, it's still on wheels. I had to forward them backwards, but
That's
no
what's-
wire.
That's pretty good.
I don't know why it hadn't even entered my head that wireless ones existed.
Yeah, the only wireless ones I've ever seen, them ones with like a big rotary blade, and you like through the own force of will, you just push it along and cut the grass.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
look awful.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be recommending that.
That's like a torture, isn't it? It's like when you don't like your children.
Yeah.
You get them to cut the grass with that.
But I actually had a good time.
Good. You are getting old.
I'm getting old.
You really are.
It's such a sad thing to be happy
It is
about.
like I've got my first house. I'm mowing my lawn.
I am happy though, because that lawn was a state before we got that
was.
lawnmower.
It was.
It was a forest.
It was. There was some dandelions in there. Are you worried about the weeds in the lawn?
I am a little bit. I don't really have a clue what I'm doing, so after I cut it, I was like, well, that looks a bit of a sorry state. Is that
Yeah.
just going to recover? Do I need to do something about that?
I don't know, Ben. I can't say. I've laid a lawn, but I can't say I've ever de-weeded it. Because I know that some weed killers kill grass as well.
Yeah.
Right, this is boring.
Yeah, this is the new gardening section of the podcast.
Well, I had quite an exciting weekend.
Go on.
I shot a gun this weekend.
Oh!
Yes.
Did you kill a man?
I put a gun up to his head.
Pulled the trigger, now he's...
Fred.
Okay.
No.
What did you do with your gun?
So I went away on a birthday weekend. His birthday was in March.
Yeah.
We went away here because it was the only time that people could get together.
Was it very much like a lads weekend?
I mean, it was all male,
Uh-huh.
but I wouldn't describe any of us there really as like lads.
Lads.
Yeah. So it was a good group. There's a lot of people that I'd never met before. It was a good group of people. Had a good laugh. Had a really good time. One of them told me a story about his gym experience.
Okay.
I thought you might be able to relate with this.
Go on.
So he's finished the gym. He sat down.
Completely.
I think he's just tied his shoes, and he puts his head up, and he's about to get up, and in his general vicinity is a man with no pants on.
Yes.
And he's not woke up, but he's
woken
up from the gym.
And
He
there's
had a little
balls
nap.
in his face.
Yeah, basically. What is it? Do you get to a certain age?
I've wondered this before at the gym. There's always one guy. If it doesn't happen every time, it's every other time. There's
Yeah.
one guy who needlessly he's either got out the shower or he's just taken all his clothes off for no reason, and then he'll just kind of wander around a bit. Normally, put one foot up on the bench.
Yes.
Then just start conversations with people. And there's nothing particularly special about the guy, like body wise or
Schlong-wise.
schlong wise. He just seems to love being naked.
Yeah, and is it like the only acceptable time to do it?
Maybe.
Because like some changing rooms are like you have people who are younger. If you're at a general gym, you might have people that's like younger and stuff like that. It's like this is a weird thing to do.
Yeah.
And it's always like I'm naked, right?
Yeah.
Socks on,
Yeah.
t-shirt on, and then boxers are always last. You like might put a shirt on, tie on, and you still got your dick out.
Yeah.
You're like Winnie the Poohing around or Donald Duck. Do you know what I mean? You've got your top, but you've got no bottoms on. What are you doing?
The other common one is socks on,
Yeah.
then just towel kind of around the neck, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's like fully dressed then.
It's a weird thing.
I don't
It's
get
a
it.
weird thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, on to the
Anyway.
rest of the weekend. We went outdoor rock climbing, which I'd never done before. Climbing an actual rock face. It was different, more difficult than like kind of indoor rock climbing.
Yeah.
And then after that, we did some clay pigeon shooting,
Okay.
which I'd never held or shot a gun before.
You had a lot of firsts this weekend.
Yeah. And it was really good. Apart from, I was really bad.
Oh no.
I know. I came
That's
second.
the kind of thing that I would have pegged you as being good at.
But me too.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I think I was kind of overthinking it.
Yeah.
I think it was more of like a point and shoot kind of thing, and I was just kind of like, oh, you got to do this, this, and this, and this.
Yeah.
I was just like, if I just think I point it at it and
Point and
shoot. But yeah, I got 13 out of 30.
Yeah, that's
Top
I mean,
got-
you got some.
Yeah, top got 23,
Yeah.
so they got 10 more than me, and the birthday boy came last with 8,
Yeah.
which makes me happy that I didn't come last.
Yes.
I think I struggle with. Do you know that you have like an eye that's dominant?
Yeah.
So you're either left eye or right eye dominant.
Yeah.
I'm left eye dominant but right-handed, so it can affect
an odd
your
pairing.
Yeah, affect your shooting.
I'd like to go shooting because it's the kind of thing that I would peg me as being bad at on the face of things. My only experience with it is we were at a fair once, and they have like the shooting stalls. If you hit so
Right,
many
yeah.
things, you can. And I was like, oh, let's give it a go. And Gina was obviously like, you're going to be terrible though. And I was like, yeah, it'll be fun though. Nailed it.
Wow.
Nailed all of them. Got the
Nice.
cuddly toy.
Oh,
So maybe I can shoot. Maybe we should. Maybe this could be the sport that I pick.
that'd be interesting. I know something about shooting as well.
Okay.
In the Olympic shooting, alcohol is a performance enhancing drug because you have like
Relaxes you.
micro movements
Yeah.
when you're shooting, and if you have like maybe 1 or 2 drinks,
Yeah.
it's because it's a depressant.
Yep,
It
yep,
stops that. Obviously, there's like a bell curve of it improves it and then
Yeah.
drastically reduces
I've
your.
heard that about darts because it's obviously quite a pub culture
Right.
thing as well. But I don't think it's banned in darts, is it? Because I'm
Like
sure there was one
encouraged,
guy who was
actually.
famous for it who'd like down 5 pints and then come out and nail the
Yeah,
darts.
in darts, it's also pork pies. Is
You know,
not helpful.
performance
which-
enhancing.
and like my shoulder the day after
Yeah.
really sore.
Was it a bad recoil?
It's the worst recoil I've ever had.
What I mean was did it feel bad? Like,
It was heavy, and I think I needed to get over like the fact that I think I kind of scared myself every time I shot, so I was like close my eyes, and I'd
I
be
think
like,
we're getting some answers to why you didn't do well.
and then I'd be like, did I get it? He'd be like, you were too high on that one. I was like, okay.
I just have visions of you like blindly, eyes closed, just shooting. Did I get it? Did I get them?
Well, I was kind of still proud with 13.
Yeah,
I
if
was
you
like,
had your eyes closed, then
yeah. So, but it was really good. They
Yeah.
had like a dog there that was so lovely.
no
Yeah, beautiful little dog.
dogs.
Aye. Yeah, it was a really good experience.
Yeah.
Meeting new people.
Well, my weekend was far less exciting than that.
Oh, it was also in the Peak District.
Oh,
Beautiful.
nice Peak District. is
It was
nice.
it was Saturday. The weather was glorious.
Yeah,
I got sunburnt on the back of my legs.
yeah. Obviously,
Back of my legs. That sounded really northern, didn't it? On the back of my legs.
on the back of your legs.
Um,
Terrible sunburn.
yeah. It was such a lovely weekend to do it.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you had a
And
nice
like,
time.
Peak District's only like 2 hours away.
Not far.
I would go there again.
I'd go there. I want to go there again.
Will I recommend the Peak District?
Yes.
Yes. And
Yes.
shooting? Yes.
Yes. And lawnmowers. Yes.
Yes. Don't shoot a lawnmower though.
Not advised. Right, shall we move on to news?
News, yeah.
Here we go. Right, you got any news?
Well, should we talk about the Avengers
Go on.
And
I'll
they're-
always talk about the Avengers.
and their money
Persuaded me.
grabbing habits?
Yes.
They're fucking money grabbers.
Yeah, but they, of course, right. What you're referring to is they're within, I think,
£1.50.
They're within 40 million of taking the record for the all-time highest-grossing film,
which is what we
in
bet on.
cinema. That's not what we bet on.
I'm pretty sure it
I've
was.
already beat you in that bet, unless I can't see another film coming out. Anyway, yes. So they are re-releasing the film. Even though it's still in cinemas,
Yeah.
with a little bit of extra footage on the end, which will probably be a post-credit scene, maybe an interview with directors, maybe a gag reel, that type of things, because they're trying to close the gap and because they're within spitting distance now of the biggest
They're
film
basically cheating.
ever. They're not cheating, because Avatar got re-released too. That's the only reason that number's as high as it is.
Yeah, but did it had any extra footage with it? Or was it just that it was so popular that people wanted to go
Did they
it
do a
multiple
director's...
times?
I'm sure a director's cut did exist there.
I was only the DVD.
Okay.
I'm saying with
You're-
authority,
with,
yeah.
conviction there.
Yeah.
I completely get what you're saying, but of course, if you're a studio who is with like that close to taking the record, you're gonna do that. You don't have to go see it if it offends you.
If I was a studio with that amount of money, I would do what the fuck I want. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So fair enough to him.
Maybe you could re-release it with you just counting all the money
Yeah.
as extra footage.
I just want it to be like there's like 5 more seconds at the end. Like you came and saw it again, you
Oh,
suckers.
I'd love that if they did that.
Yeah, like Deadpool just being like, "What are you doing here?"
That's their way to introduce him into the universe. Now they own him.
It's just like you've paid money to come watch this again. You're an idiot.
Yeah. So, do you not think they should do this?
I think it's a little bit of a cheap money grab. Like if they release like a director's cut, but I don't think there's enough material left over, is there? From like
No, I think they
probably
used
not.
everything.
Yeah. So it does feel a bit money grabbing. Like if you had this and you intended to put it on the end anyway,
Yeah.
why not put in the beginning one? It's not like the extra 5 minutes of filming or whatever it was.
So, do you think Avatar shouldn't have re-released either then for that reason?
And Avatar's fine.
That's what I mean. Like, I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
It is money grabbing. It is money grabbing, and that's
Yeah.
fine. I think then just go for it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Pretty. I don't know. It's just it just feels cheap, doesn't it? To try and just take number one. I feel like were Avatar doing it to take number one? I don't know. I don't remember at the
I
time.
think they were
was
doing
quite
it to
young.
bolster because they already took the record and they were like,
Right.
let's just secure this. Because that film, I did look at the figures. They ran it for almost a full year in
Yeah.
cinemas.
I think it was kind of revolutionary at the time. It was like the first time that 3D...
It was the 3D thing.
Yeah.
That was another reason that the tickets, because it was basically like 90% of the screenings were 3D only. So
Yeah.
all the tickets cost more than any other films have since then because it was pushing that.
Is this adjusted for inflation?
Yes. I think they've already passed it without adjusting for inflation.
Cool.
So this is like official.
Official.
Yeah.
Well, good for them. I hope they enjoy their money.
I was going to say, all that's happening is also now Disney own Avatar.
Did they?
Yeah, they technically already have. They were one of the properties in the merger that they bought up.
Oh.
So they've already won.
Yeah, Disney. It's like a.
Disney own everything.
It's like like two hands fighting each other, and they're both connected to the same body.
Isn't it? We're just arguing over massive corporations taking billions of pounds either way.
Which is what I don't agree with, because they could be paying us to make a shit podcast.
Yes. Support our Patreon now.
Speaking of which, I've made a Patreon.
Yeah.
So if you listen to this podcast, I'm not saying if you enjoy it or not, but if you listen to it, then go and
You have to pay
it's
us
your moral
money.
obligation to at least pay one something of your denomination a month.
Well, that's a low bar.
It's a low bar. Hey. Yeah, so I've set that up if you fancy supporting us
Giving
in our
us your money.
endeavours. Yeah.
So we don't have to use these broken mic stands anymore.
Yes, and I can have like a little table and not a cajon to put
Yes.
my laptop on. Right.
Right.
Should we move on to fake news or
Fake
not?
news or not?
Right, Ben. You explain. What's fake news or not?
Fake news or not is a game where James brings a headline that may or may not be fake news, and I've got to guess whether it's fake or not.
Yes.
Depending on how well I did the week before, will affect the number of questions I get to ask him. This week, I get 3.
Yes.
Yes.
Because you got it wrong last week.
Yeah, I did.
And then if you get it wrong this week, you get 4.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Seagulls keep couple hostage in their own home for 6 days by
No, they didn't.
by attacking them every time they leave their house.
6 days.
Yep.
How many seagulls?
2 seagulls.
2 seagulls.
Yeah, it wasn't like a brigade of seagulls, it was just 2 of them.
Right, that was one question, okay?
Yeah.
Whatever I say next, don't answer, because
Okay.
this is me
You're
just kind of talking
aloud.
through the process, okay? I cannot see how 2 seagulls kept them for 6 days. That's like 24 hours. Did they take shifts? Like,
Yeah, maybe
Do you
it
know
was
what I mean?
more than 2 and they were just like rotating out, because I don't think I could identify a different seagull from a different seagull.
I don't think seagulls are that smart.
I don't know.
However, I do think that some people are that dumb. So maybe they could have got out of the house, but these 2 people were just idiots.
Yep.
And
he got 2 more.
2 questions. Where was this?
This was Morecambe. Morecambe Bay in Lancashire.
Okay, lots of seagulls would be there.
Yes.
They've got a really weird hotel in Morecambe. Fun fact.
The only
like an
thing
Art
I ever
Deco
remember
thing.
about Morecambe is do you remember the cocklers?
No,
Is it cochlear?
I don't know.
That's like an implant, isn't it? Cochlear implant.
Oh, the cochlea? Is it cochlea?
That's cochlear. No, they were the people that it's like cockle shells, and they're like a food, and you
Yeah.
pick them up on the bay. And there's like a load of people that. Oh, that's sad news. They died. There was like 10, 15 of them that died in like the tide rose up.
Oh,
And they got stranded and drowned.
wow.
And this was like years ago.
I didn't know that.
Did you not?
No.
I guess it's more in my area, isn't it? I guess
Yeah.
not
Was it
Birmingham.
not down Birmingham way?
Yes.
Anyway, right, so it's in Morecambe, 2 seagulls. Last question. How did they finally make it out the house?
Oh,
Do you know that? Like, I want to just know vaguely, did the seagulls give up? Did a bird company of some description come and take the seagulls elsewhere? Because it obviously ended after 6 days.
Yeah,
They're
no.
not still caught.
I think doesn't really say.
Right.
Sorry.
Right, I think this sounds stupid. And I'm
Okay.
leaning towards it being fake. So, I'm going to say this is true.
Okay. Final answer.
I don't know. I'm going to stick with it. This is true.
It's true.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yes, because I'm a genius.
This is not even like you're supposed to be like, do you believe if it's true or fake? That should be the question, rather than like, am I playing the game of whether it is fake or not? This is I don't like this game anymore.
But you managed to win for 2 weeks on the trot.
No, I only won last week. I didn't win the week before.
You
Did
did?
I?
2 weeks.
Oh, that's pretty good then.
We're on a
Yeah.
two week
Yeah,
streak.
no. Mr. Pickard was once so viciously attacked
What a
that
fool.
he ended up with a bloody head wound that needed
God.
hospital treatment.
Oh, God, I take it back. Sorry,
Yeah.
Mr. Pickard.
So basically, it was 2 herring gulls that had been nesting.
Right.
So they're very protective of the
they were just-
area.
okay.
There you go.
Well, seagulls.
Yes, seagulls. Great. Let's move on. Moving on. Yep, great.
Right, have we got any other housekeeping that needs doing before we move on to the main topic? I'm going to take your long silence as a no and
Not
move
that I
on.
can think of.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, let's move on.
Right then. Right, what are we talking about?
Well, Ben, would you rather answer questions all day or do this podcast? Hey, some shit. That was a shit. Oh, please delete that.
I'm not going to delete
Damn
that.
it. Basically, we're going to ask would you rather questions and decide which is the best one to do.
I think the premise explains itself in the question.
Yeah.
So this is a slight follow-on from... We did a Dreams podcast last week, didn't we?
Did we? Or was it all
It was all a dream. Yeah. So in my sleepy state last night, otherwise known as sleep,
yes.
I was obviously looking at some would you rather questions for doing today on the podcast. So I went to bed and I must have had it in my mind. And I dreamt of a scenario that was a would you rather situation.
Okay. Go on.
So it was one of those classic things. I was in my house, but it wasn't my house.
Yeah.
So I was in this house, but it also had the basement from the house I lived in second year of uni.
Okie dokie.
Okay. The scenario was, it's a really shit one, but I'm going to ask you anyway. It's the first would you rather. Would you rather, standing at the bottom of the ladder going up to the loft, and you suddenly realise there is, I don't want to say a homeless man, but just a very unruly looking guy who has a knife and he's coming at you.
Right.
Or would you rather you were standing at the basement and the man's at the bottom of the stairs and he's approaching you? So would you rather this man approach you from coming down out of the loft or coming up out of the basement?
Wait, so he's dropping down from the loft in some sort of like
Yeah.
Tom Clancy slit my throat style James Bond.
So in both, first one, I just opened the loft door. He's there.
God, that must have been terrifying. Were you
It
on
was,
the
it
ladder?
was a scare. I was. No, I wasn't. That's the bit that doesn't make
got
sense.
real long arms.
I opened the door from the bottom of the ladder,
Right.
but then at the basement, I opened the door and he's at the bottom of the stairs. Which would you rather? I told you it was a crap one.
Probably the basement stairs, because I feel
Yeah.
like you probably are able to keep him through a door rather than you think you'll struggle to close the loft one quicker.
Yeah, I was going to go for the loft because I think it'd take him longer to get down the ladder.
I think he would just drop.
Well, then hopefully he'll break his neck.
It's not a large fall. That was a weak one to start on, Ben.
I told you. I set it up with this is going to be a bad one.
Yeah. Actually, I had. Speaking of dreams, just
Go
going
on.
a little sidebar here.
This isn't the main topic at all,
It's
is
not.
it?
It's not. We'll get into it. I had a dream in between us talking about dreams and now was that. Well, I've been growing my hair out.
Yes.
And in the dream, I had much longer hair.
Yeah.
Apart from that, on the top part, I'd shaved it down so it was kind of your length.
Okay.
So I kind of had long back and sides, but then
Like reverse
Yeah.
mullet. Oh no, kind of a mullet.
yeah, like a mullet and shorter on top.
Yeah.
And that I was just plaiting my hair, and I was really enjoying this weird mullet that I had.
That's really weird.
Yeah, I
Are
don't
you worried
recommend-
about going bald? Maybe is that why the top of your head had
I've no idea.
receded a bit?
I've no idea.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Anyway,
Anyway,
should we play this game?
yes. Would you like to know?
No.
This isn't a would you rather. One of the most memorable questions that I've ever been asked in this, and I like to ask people because I feel like I can get a real sense of who they are as a person.
Okay.
So the question is, would you rather have sex with a goat and nobody knows, or everybody thinks you've had sex with a goat but you haven't?
Everyone thinks I have,
Yeah.
but I haven't. Because then I know I've not had sex with a goat
Yeah.
and screw everyone else.
I think that's what my answer would be. But I think I can often, if I knew somebody, I feel like I could judge what their answer would be.
What did you think I would answer that?
That's the way I
Yeah,
thought you would
did.
answer, yeah. Do you think that would ruin your career?
Maybe.
Or do you think you create a band called like the Goat Fuckers? And just go like,
Just lean into
go
it.
proper punk, yeah.
I think that's just a gauge of how much do you care about what other people think
For sure.
compared to doing something bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
I feel like that's kind of going to be the theme for a lot of these questions as we go on. Shall we start off with some? I'm going to start off with simple ones.
Okay.
Okay, here's one. Would you rather be able to tell any lie that you hear, like tell whether it's a lie or not,
Okay.
or get away with any lie that you tell?
Is the second option, I can't tell like any lies? It's just that.
No,
it's
you
just-
can just decide, I don't know, say you rob a bank and then someone goes, hey, you're robbing a bank. And you go, no, I'm not. And you get away with it.
I feel like you can't just deny what you were doing.
Okay, maybe that was a bad example. My point is, the question I asked.
I think being able to detect any lie is a better
Yeah.
superpower than being able to lie
Yeah.
and be believed. Because I feel like most lies people might believe anyway. Or like if you've got no proof otherwise, people are like, I don't believe that, but they're not going to outright
Maybe.
call you a fucking bullshitter.
Yeah.
You'd be great at bullshit, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Your eyes lit up then. You were like, I could be the best bullshit player ever.
You'd be like 1-4, and you'd put like the deck of cards down.
And everyone would go, yep, checks out.
Yeah, game over. Oh.
Okay, so you're saying,
Detect lies.
Detect
still.
lies. I think I'd go with that as well.
For
Yeah.
sure. Do you want from me?
yeah, I thought that we'd just do back and forth.
Yeah. So here's a more hard-hitting one.
Go on.
Would you rather be on death row for a crime you didn't commit, and the most important person in your life is free, but they committed the crime,
Yeah.
or be free, but the most important person in your life is in death row for the crime you committed?
You committed. You got this from Reddit, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, I remember seeing this one. I think I would go to death row for the person, because if I actually committed the crime, I don't think I could live with the guilt of someone else dying because of me,
Yeah.
even though it would feel very unjustified that I was going to die for a crime I didn't do.
You'd rather take the bullet for Mr. President kind of way.
Yeah.
Like dive in the way.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
What's your answer?
Gene is like scheming away now. Like,
Yeah, don't we get any ideas from this?
ooh, I don't know. I feel like if I've committed a crime that is death row applicable,
It'd have to be a bad crime.
I'm already a bad person.
Yeah.
So yeah, sack him off.
Sack him off.
Sorry,
Okay.
Annie.
Okay.
Sorry, Annie. What if I killed Annie? Then the next person would be it, wouldn't it? Not that
Oh,
I'm going
that's
to kill
true.
Annie. Yeah.
Who would that be?
It'd be you, Ben.
Oh,
My mum's like, for fuck's sake.
I'm just going to disown
How
you now.
dare he?
No, change your answer because we're not going to get any Patreon money now.
It's got to be the listeners
Oh, okay.
of this
Yeah.
podcast. They're the next important people to me.
Yeah, I can hear.
Yeah, I
them,
can't
hear the
choose.
money rolling in. Right. Would you rather find out that the universe was created a couple of days ago and all your memories and knowledge are fake, or find out that you're in a coma currently and this question is actually a message from your doctor using advanced technology to wake you up?
I think the first part of that question is kind of flawed
Go on.
because that could be it now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Like I think it wouldn't bother me. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, all right. Well, I feel like I have the sensation of living, and all my memories seem real to me.
Yeah.
And is not life just what we feel anyway, and what we remember,
True.
even if they're fake or not? So I think I'd go with that one because I don't like the idea of being in a coma.
In a coma. Okay. Fair.
Because not necessarily like that I might wake up. I don't like the idea of waking up from a coma as well, and like
Yeah.
missing out 20 years of
You
my
wouldn't know.
life.
Yeah, you wouldn't know where you'd be, how old you were.
No.
Could be anything.
Yeah, you wake up and Boris Johnson's prime minister. Oh, sorry, politics again. Sorry, I'm gonna stop that. Put a pin in that.
Yeah, when I was editing the last podcast, we spoke about politics for ages.
Yeah.
I almost texted you to be like, I'm just going to delete this whole section. And then I was like, no, I'll keep it in.
Yeah. My friends that I met on the weekend were like, oh, when we were driving up, we listened to your podcast. I was like, what? You listen to my podcast? And they were like, yeah, you were like really speaking about politics. I was like, yeah, I was on my high horse for a while.
And did they say, yeah, we stopped listening after that section?
No, they said they got through to the dreams and they enjoyed it. So
Cool.
it's like, geez, I didn't realize people actually enjoyed this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, go on.
What about yourself?
I'd probably go for the first one as well, because you just adjust to it.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd adjust either way, but I feel like the first one would be easier to adjust to, and you wouldn't miss out on potentially a huge chunk of your life.
Yeah, because if someone like came and told me, I'd be like, all right.
Okay.
Like, there's nothing I could do about it. Like, who was it made by? Is this a simulation?
Yeah.
Like, what
yeah,
can
that
I
one
do in here?
raises more questions than...
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Continue.
Okay. Would you rather have the feeling that you're going to sneeze all the time or have hiccups all of the time?
The feeling of going to sneeze, because I think you just get used to it.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
That just anticipation of like... do you think you'd have it?
Yeah, but like hiccups, you'd actually be hiccuping for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but there's always like sporadic times in between, isn't there?
Yeah, but I mean, I couldn't do my job on mic, just singing away.
Yeah, true. I guess
Get
it
pretty annoying.
depends on the...
We'd have to stop this. This podcast has become a lot harder to edit.
yeah, we just have to stop every second.
Exactly.
And, yeah.
No, I'm going for the feeling of sneezing.
Yeah.
This
Do you
one
think
looks like
you-
it's paining you.
Yeah, I'm just thinking because, yeah, hiccups are such a physical thing, isn't it? Whereas
Yeah.
sneezing is kind of just more of a mental thing. Yeah, I think I might go with sneezing as well because I think you'd struggle to sleep with
Yeah.
hiccups.
Wake up every 10
Yeah.
minutes. How
You-
often are you hiccuping? How bad are these hiccups?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think that does depend. If the frequency is like once every 10 seconds,
Yeah, I feel
that's
like it's
horrific.
normally about that, isn't it?
Well, I reckon it's about 30 seconds. It just feels much shorter when you're enduring hiccups.
True.
You know, I think the record for like having hiccups is like multiple years long.
Yeah, I'd seen that. I'm sure like I watched a documentary. It was quite sad.
Yeah.
'Cause it destroyed the person's... I'm definitely going for sneezing.
Yeah. What if, though, the person that felt like this had to sneeze continuously just died, Ben? And there's not a documentary about them because it was so bad that they died.
Maybe. I'm still going to go with it.
Yes, I think it's fair enough. You've got no other option.
No.
Do you know kind of people I hate?
Go on.
It's when you're like, ooh, would you rather do this or that? And it's like, hypothetically, like, I wouldn't choose either.
Yeah. That'd make for a great episode, wouldn't
What
it?
are you doing, you boring person? It's all hypothetical, isn't it?
I'm sure I've seen this attitude of yours in action. I'm sure we were at a party and you asked a question like this and someone was like, oh, I just wouldn't pick either. And you like called them out in front of everyone.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was, but you were like, you're a fucking idiot. Everyone look at what an idiot this person is.
Ben, I would never be so vague as that. I'd be very precise and be like, you are an imbecile for thinking that way, and I hate you and all your family.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I would, because it's like, oh, I'm anti-fun. I bet it was some vegan on it. I bet it was a vegan. It was a fucking vegan. No, I don't mind vegans.
Sweeping generalizations happening here.
Yes, I bet it was a Mormon and a vegan. Mormon and a vegan? Anyway, I'm sorry.
God.
Yes,
I'm going to take my hat off because I'm getting really warm.
you're looking a bit sweaty.
I'm getting really sweaty. I shouldn't have worn a long sleeve top.
You're looking very French. You're looking like you've been you look like an electrocuted Frenchman.
Yeah, that's good.
Your hair is... do you need a haircut?
Yeah, very bad.
Yeah, okay.
About a
Like,
month overdue.
It's long, and yeah, you look very electrocuted.
Right. Okay. Questions.
Okay.
Would you rather pry your thumbnail off with a fork or put a toothpick under your big toenail and kick a wall?
My visceral reaction to that is the thumbnail one. Because I feel like I could take my time with it.
But then you'd just be prolonging the pain for so long.
It's just the toothpick. You're not getting that toothpick out.
No.
That's causing, like, the amount of bend I feel like you'd never be able to bend your toe again.
Maybe not.
What would you choose? Mine's the taking the nail off.
Mine's toenail.
Is it?
Because it's at least it's done and over with. and I can still play music. I think all of mine come back to, does it affect my life long term? Like, in what way will I have to change my life?
Yeah, but I don't know how well you'd be able to walk with a toenail and like a thing in your foot.
I think if eventually you get out, you could just go to the hospital and get surgery and then move on with your life eventually. I know either one would...
But I've seen
work
people
out
with
like
their
that.
toenail, like their nails ripped off, and it's not necessarily a massive deal. Because
I think I'm going to lose that toenail.
oh dear. Is that from running?
Yeah.
It's killing you, Ben. It's killing you.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a silly one for you.
Go on.
Would you rather be a strawberry with human thoughts or a human with strawberry thoughts?
Yep. A strawberry with human thoughts.
Okay.
Do you know why?
Is that you would still exist? Or 'cause then
Strawberries
you taste
don't
delicious.
think.
How do you know? Maybe they just don't have the ability to communicate.
They just
How
don't.
would you know if I had you as a strawberry with human thoughts versus a strawberry with strawberry thoughts? How would I be able to tell the difference from the outside then?
I don't know.
Mm.
Maybe if you did some experiments on my strawberry dead body,
Right.
would I have like a brain? Because a normal strawberry wouldn't.
Does consciousness require a brain, Ben?
Oh God, I don't know.
This is becoming very vague again, isn't
Yeah.
it?
What would you go for?
I wouldn't choose either.
You're vegan.
Yes, because I wouldn't want to harm a strawberry with my thoughts.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
A human with strawberry thoughts, just to see what would happen.
Just to see what would happen.
Yeah.
Nothing. You'd be dead.
Or whereas a strawberry, I'm living a life full of luxury.
I feel like
Go mouldy in a
it's
week.
It's a horrific curse either way.
Yes, it is. It is.
Would you rather look 10 years older from the neck up or the neck down?
The neck down,
Yeah.
for sure. I like my face.
Yeah.
I feel like I've got a young-looking face. Ooh, but then if I got more space to work with, no, the neck down. I feel
Yeah,
like
you can
most
cover it
age comes from
with-
the face anyway.
With clothes. And also, like, it'd be fine now,
Yeah.
but then as soon as you kind of approached getting quite old,
Mm-hmm.
you'd be withered like very quickly.
Well, it said looking,
That's
not necessarily
true, that's true,
feeling.
That's true.
So there's a loophole there. Do you know what I
There's
mean?
a
You could-
loophole there.
I can
yeah.
feel like a sprite 26-year-old,
Yeah.
but looking like I'm 36. Here's a interesting one for you. Would you rather have an obsessive, insane person love you or hate you? It's like someone that's obsessively in love with you or someone that's
Love.
obsessively hate with you.
Because I think you'd just get murdered.
Would you not get murdered either way?
Maybe.
You'd have to hope that you also love that obsessive, insane person.
Yeah.
But this is okay now. Oh, then
Yeah, I'm
you'd
still
be-
going for love, because even if they did kill you from weird obsessive something, it might be in a nicer way than if they hated you. They're less likely to torture you to death.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
We'll find out later, won't we? Half that joke's in the eyes, people at home. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you were not here.
Would you rather have no one show up to your wedding or your funeral?
If I'm dead, I don't care.
Oh, yeah, funeral. It'd be very sad, but it's
Yeah.
more sad for the people there. And if there's no one there, it doesn't matter.
Like, I almost like the idea of that no one turned up to my funeral because I've lived so long that nobody else is alive that knew me.
Actually, I have a question related to that for you. Here we go. Live to be 1,000 years old, but have to bury countless family members along the way, or die at 100 years old, but all of your family members can live until they're 1,000.
Well, everyone that I've ever spoke to doesn't want to live that long,
Yeah.
and I do. So the first one, like,
That's exactly what I thought you'd say. I picked this one because I could picture your response before it happened.
yeah, because I'm like, oh yeah, I'd like to live forever. And Mum's like, no. I'm like, all right then.
Yeah.
You die and I'll live forever. Do you know what I mean? Let me absorb your power of life.
Yeah.
And my family wouldn't want to see me die.
No.
So-
So you're just saving everyone, really.
Yeah. It's a win-win situation. There's not many of these that are win-wins.
No. That's
What about
true.
yourself? Is it harder for yourself?
Probably the same, because I'd feel like I was cursing my family. I feel I'd be like, why have you done this to us? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like living to 100 is a pretty good age for me anyway.
Yeah, that's what I thought as
general.
well. Like a guaranteed 100. That's solid.
Yeah, but then cursing everyone to 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of that. So definitely the first. Here's one I thought was good. Would you rather lose the ability to read or the ability to speak?
See, this sounds like I'm being a proper knob, like looking for loopholes. Can you still listen to audiobooks if you can't read?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go for that then.
Yeah.
Because then I can just continue upon my life.
Mm-hmm.
But if I just can't read, it'd just be like having really bad dyslexia. You just learn to cope with it.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of stuff on the computer you wouldn't be able to do though. It's like you couldn't, Facebook, Instagram. Like you could look at pictures, I guess.
Yeah.
But there's no explanations or anything.
Could still watch films. Yeah, I'm going for that still.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I don't think I could not speak.
That's what I mean.
It's just that is such a bad thing
Yeah.
that I would give up reading to be able to speak to other people.
Yeah. Yeah, like just communicate. Well, you could just learn sign language, and people are mute in real life, and learn to deal with it.
Yeah, people are illiterate in real life.
That's true.
And yeah, who do you think is noticeably more affected in life? Like you could always have like a buddy with you who's like, what does that say? Because I can't read because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Because I was cursed to be able to speak.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's in all these situations. Are you self-aware? Do you know what I mean? It's like, if I could go back to that moment where I got myself cursed, you don't just suddenly lose it and you don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess if I had to choose from the beginning of my life,
Yeah. I think all of these for all of the scenarios we come forward, the devil comes and visits you.
Yeah.
He's in a suit. He's really smarmy, and he goes, "Here's a question," and then bam, he's gonna get after you. Answer. Mm-hmm. That's how these happen.
Cool. Go on, you're go.
Would you rather all songs exist, but they're all performed by Pitbull, or only one Pitbull song exists, but every other artist in the world does a different version of that song?
Does he start every song with Mr. Worldwide?
Yeah.
I don't see that's a downside for me. I think you could probably have a wide variety of like songs with just one song that's sung differently.
Yeah.
You could probably still have many genres of song if there's only still one song.
Yeah.
So I think that one.
I would agree. I could not deal with every song in existence being done by Pitbull.
Mr. Worldwide, happy birthday to... No, I can't do too much of that, can you?
Oh, the happy birthday wouldn't exist, though, with our option.
It wouldn't. But maybe you would just sing it in a way that means happy birthday.
That means happy birthday, yeah. Yeah, I'd still go for that, because at least there's some variety.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of work for Mr. Pitbull
Could you imagine whole cultures based around hymns sung in church? They're all Pitbull.
Mr. Worldwide, Mr. Something like that. Yes. Would you rather be always 10 minutes late or 20 minutes early?
20 minutes early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has to be, doesn't
It
it?
has to be.
But I feel like some people will be like, I never want to be early.
I think a lot of people are like, I already turn up 20 minutes early.
Yeah. But what about this, though? Like, they put on their Facebook, 8 o'clock, and you get there at 20 to 8.
Yeah.
They hate you then.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's that thing of if you're doing a house party at any point and you say 8 o'clock, if you turn up at 8 o'clock, it's always a bit awkward, isn't it, for a bit?
I don't mind being that person. I don't mind being the first person to
It depends
party.
who it is. If it's someone I don't know, then it's awkward because then you've got nothing to talk about. There's no one else there. And 9 times out of 10, the people aren't expecting people to get there at that time.
Yeah,
But if it was like one of us going to each other's house party, I think we could get like an hour early and it'd be fine.
just play some Smash.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. You just whip out would you rather questions. You know what I mean? You turn up, you've never met before. You go, would you fuck a goat? You little goat fucker.
It's guaranteed to lighten the mood in a
It is
room.
definitely.
Would you rather have wet socks on your feet for a year or dry socks on your hands for a year?
Do you kind of get like? I feel like the wet socks is gangrenous. Like you will get like trench foot and stuff like that. Is it just the feeling of having a wet sock?
Yeah. The devil says you're going to have wet socks, but you won't get gangrene. You'll be fine.
I'm trying to decide what looks weirder, right? If you're going swimming. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like would the socks stay dry if you go swimming?
Yes, they're magic.
Yeah, you have a shower. Can you ever wash your hands then if they never get dry?
Oh,
Never get
that's
wet?
true.
Or is it just like an infinite layer of socks? You take one off, if it gets dirty.
Yeah.
There's another sock underneath.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a very interesting question. That one.
This one seems to have perplexed you.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a toughie.
Yeah.
I feel like the wet socks on the feet.
I think that would as well.
That would affect my life the least.
Yeah.
Like hands in general, sorry feet, hands are just more important.
Yeah, they are.
Do you know what I mean? There's a reason why leg amputations and what are they called? Fake legs?
Prosthetics.
Prosthetics.
Yeah.
Like a prosthetic leg and foot often work better than prosthetic hands.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I like to play games with my hands, whereas people don't often play games with,
Their
their feet.
feet. Yeah.
You can.
You can.
And people with disabilities do,
Yeah.
but I'd rather have my hands
I would agree.
used. But it depends how thin the socks are, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? If they're like tight socks, as in like,
The socks that you have on your feet currently.
these are like walking socks, aren't they? They're
Well,
quite,
you're stuck with it.
yeah, on my feet.
Yeah.
Keep them there. Would you rather have all traffic lights that you approach turn green, or never have to queue again?
For every walk of life.
Yeah,
Never have to queue again.
yeah, it's much more
That
applicable.
would benefit you in your whole life. Because you'd never have to queue in traffic. So would you always be at the front of traffic lights?
Or that's traffic and not queuing. Is traffic just one long queue?
Yes.
I feel like a queue has to have an end goal that you're all working towards. You're all going to the same place, whereas in a traffic, you're not all going to the
But
same
I think
place.
that does apply. That
I'm
rule,
afraid you're
because
wrong. I'm afraid you're
all
wrong.
going to the same place of the front of the lights when you're waiting at traffic lights. I know you've all got a different destination in mind, but at that moment in time, your aim is all to cross that point.
No.
I think you're wrong.
Right, moving on then.
Moving on.
Yeah, dig it.
Would you rather change gender every time you sneeze, or not be able to tell the difference between a muffin and a baby?
Oh, yeah, I've heard this one.
I read it. It was the first one I read that I laughed out loud.
I've heard this one. Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Because you might try and raise a muffin, or you might try and eat a baby.
I think you would just never eat a muffin again.
But there's still going to be one moment where the first time it happens, because you won't realise necessarily.
No, because the devil's come
Oh,
to
the
us.
devil's come, he's asked you? Yeah, that's true. Okay, the devil comes, he asks you the question, he does it, and then he wipes your memory for this one.
You can't. This is bullshit. If I knew...
You don't.
No, you can't change. You might as well had it from birth then. What's the point of this devil coming and wiping my
Alright.
mind?
The devil approaches you as a baby, tricks you into thinking you're a muffin.
But is he a muffin? Oh, sorry. When you said he approaches me as a baby, I thought you meant he came
no,
as a baby.
he's not a baby. He approaches you at birth,
Okay.
and you have just enough consciousness to...
No, right. You can't make a
Answer
decision at that age. I think you would, if you know, and you will know because that's the
Yes.
decision we made earlier. We're sticking by it. I think changing gender all of the time. Do I change my appearance, or is it just like
Yeah,
I've got
you
a
would
vagina
become...
now?
You know the Snapchat filter that happened recently, where
not-
it
I'm not a-
changed
yeah.
you to look like a girl? You would just become the other gender.
Would I now, because I've got long hair as a dude, would I be like a short-haired chick? Chicken dude.
Whatever you
When
want.
have I
Actually,
ever said
when
that?
have you ever said that in life?
Chicken dude.
No, you would just have even longer hair. It would
Okay.
double.
I think the muffin baby one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you might walk into Starbucks and have a little shock every time thinking, oh my God, that person's eating a baby. And be like, whoo, okay, no, they're not. Because it might just be a muffin.
Yeah. But you'd never quite know.
Yeah. Adverts for like a baby nappies would be really weird. And you could have like people, just like if people knew, they could fuck with you and just put a muffin in a nappy.
Yeah, even if you did know, people would clock on, they'd still...
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long do you think it would take before someone clocked on that you didn't know? You couldn't tell the difference.
You just get really uneasy every time you go into a coffee shop, and people are like, "What's wrong with him?" It's because he thinks the muffins are babies.
Yes. Right. Would you rather have unlimited international first class flights
Okay.
or never have to pay for food at a restaurant?
Flights.
Why?
Because they're far more expensive than food.
It's true, but
You could just travel constantly. You could see so much more of the world, and I think that would break down way more barriers than are caused by food.
think about all the money you spend on food a day. Just go to a restaurant, save that money.
Nah, I'd still go for the flights.
Yeah, I think I probably would.
That
too.
would change my whole lifestyle forever.
That's what like being. I guess if you're just unbelievably rich, this is your life.
Yeah, for both, you've got both scenarios.
Yeah. I mean, you do pay, but it just
Doesn't
means
matter.
nothing to you.
Yeah.
God, that's the life, isn't it? Now, if everyone supported our Patreon, we could live that life too. Crazy flights everywhere.
Yeah.
Do you get food in first class? Because I feel like you do,
I think.
and therefore it's like you're having your cake and eating it too on a plane.
That's true. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Would you rather sell every last one of your possessions or sell one of your organs?
It feels like you're giving me the choice of organ there.
Yeah. Okay, hang on.
As long as it
Your
doesn't-
heart.
Well, then that's the way. Do you want to die?
Your kidney.
Yeah,
Your kidney.
I'd sell me kidney.
Yeah.
Like, people live with no one kidney all the time,
True.
whereas people do live with nothing. But I wouldn't like to be a nothing living person.
Yeah. That tracks.
Oh, phrased a bit weird, but
It works.
yeah, I wouldn't like to be
I
a
get your
homeless
point.
person, basically.
Okay.
Having my work, although you could earn your way back to having all your stuff, which you're very unlikely to earn your way back to a kidney, aren't you?
Yeah.
But if we're in the selling of kidneys now, if that's the world we live in, where you can buy a kidney,
No, it's just you.
oh,
Just you.
am I selling it to the devil?
Yes.
Is he having it with?
He's not going to give you any money for either of these. You're just giving them away.
Oh,
But
he
no,
s-
he's
said
selling it for
sell.
a penny,
Oh,
just to rub salt in your wound
If-
that your kidney's been taken out of.
don't. If he's cutting out, don't rub salt in that.
He's the devil.
Oh.
Devil don't care.
Devil do what he want. Here's a good one from Reddit. Would you rather have sex with the top half of Emma Watson and the bottom half of Hulk Hogan, or the top half of Hulk Hogan and the bottom half of Emma Watson? With consent, obviously. 'cause
With
this,
consent.
This is a consenting podcast.
Yes. It's gotta have to be the bottom half of Emma Watson. Mm-hmm. And then bag on the head. Or a really big bag over the whole of the top half.
It's like the whole mermaid thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, being in love with a mermaid's cool, apart from the bottom half's a fish.
Yeah.
And it's like the reverse is much weirder. The top half being a fish
So
and just
much weirder.
legs. Very odd. Very, very odd.
What's your choice?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't like the idea of Hulk Hogan's penis.
No, I think that's why it got me as well.
Ah, dear.
Would you rather... So you've got to do the killing by hand in this situation.
By hand. I
By
no
hand.
weapon. No
You've
weapons.
got no weapons.
Okay.
You've just got to use your hands.
Right.
Would you rather kill one human being or kill 100 puppies? Just to specify, strangulation. That's the only way you can use.
So I can't beat a person to death. Do I get to choose the person, or is it a random person?
Random person you've never met, and they won't fight back. They're just gonna sit
gonna
there
take it.
until you choke the life out of them.
I think I'm going to have to take the puppies.
Yeah, but think how long that's gonna take.
You could do two at once, at least. Just think of the specifics of it. That's why I said only strong. I feel like if it was like you could just pick up a puppy. I'm not talking about this. I'm not talking about this. I don't like the idea of thinking about killing puppies and the different ways you could do it, and the most effective way to kill puppies in a short amount of time.
Good. I think you've just saved 10 Patreon people
Yes,
there from
yes.
stopping.
Would you rather get £10 every time you eat an apple, or £100 every time you eat a Big Mac?
Apple.
Apple. Is that how we're just answering questions now?
Yeah.
Okay.
£10 for the apple. Because I feel like you could long term make more money. Because to start with, you'd be like, oh, I'm going to eat like 10 Big Macs. And then you'd realize, oh, my style of living has dropped.
I don't know, because you could just eat one Big Mac a day and that's £100 a day.
That's true.
That's,
You could just do one a day. Yeah, because then the number of apples you'd have to eat is going to get quite
you have to eat 10
high.
apples to make as much as you would a Big Mac.
Yeah, because you can still eat healthily around the Big Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You've swayed me.
Swayed
I'm
you
going
there.
for the Big Mac.
I wonder how much money the apple has to be. Do you know what I mean? Is it like £20? You have to eat 5 apples.
Yeah.
5 apples a day? You're not a horse, Ben.
No, I'd do that, though. It'd start feeling like more of a chore, though.
Yeah.
Because even if you just... Because some days, if you're feeling good, if you've done a load of exercise, you can be like, I'm going to have 3 Big Macs today.
Yeah.
Like, once a week. You could quit your job.
Yeah?
Off 700 a week. That's a decent...
Yeah, a little
decent
little
amount
package.
of money. Yeah. Yeah. Big
Mine's
Mac.
definitely the Big Mac, for sure. For sure.
I want that situation to be real now.
Sorry, Ben.
That's a shame.
You now have to pay £100 for every Big Mac.
Would you rather beat up a 7-year-old or a 77-year-old?
Oh. Well, I work with children, so I'm going to say the 77-year-old.
Okay.
I mean, that's a fair choice there, because if I say a 7-year-old and someone listens to this and goes, "You work with children,"
Yeah.
you'd rather beat children.
Yeah.
Whereas if I worked in an old people's home, yeah. I feel like are you more likely to kill a 77-year-old?
I don't know. It doesn't specify the degree of the beating. So let's say they won't die, but you have to beat them within an inch of their life.
Well, if you're into an inch of your life, you're probably struggling then afterwards for a while, aren't you?
Yeah.
Like a 70-year-old, they've lived their good life.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to mentally scar a 7-year-old as well.
That's true.
What about yourself?
I think I'd have to go for the 77-year-old as well.
Mm.
There's something that feels more inherently wrong about beating a child. Not that I'm going to enjoy beating the 77-year-old, but I could live with myself a little more easily.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Here's one for you, Ben.
Me?
Yes. They're all for you at the
I was
moment.
going to say,
really,
they're not
but
all for me.
Here's kind of one that I is kind of aimed towards you,
Aims
maybe.
toward- okay.
Would you rather become the CEO of Marvel or become a famous singer?
Famous singer.
Okay.
To what degree? Can you think of an example artist?
You're George Ezra.
Oh, that. Done.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you that would be, I thought you'd be like that,
That,
like
no.
leading into it. That.
I
One
told
word.
you this is how we're answering questions now.
Apple.
Nah, the famous singer one.
Okay.
Definitely.
I'm curious to know what, like, here's one. Would you... Well, let me just think of it.
Okay.
I'm trying to think, what's a good level to try
Are you
and...
trying to think about...
trying to bait you into...
Something to bait me into it.
Yeah. Like, would you become a famous singer, or you have to kill 100 dogs
God. To become
a famous singer?
a famous singer.
Or you stay not a famous singer and you don't have to kill 100 dogs.
The latter. I'm not going to kill 100 dogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about one dog?
No. I couldn't live with... I literally couldn't... I feel so much guilt for the rest of my life.
Money solves all those problems, Ben.
No. Not my deep-set post-traumatic stress that I'd have after that.
You become a famous singer, but everyone hates you, a la Justin Bieber, original.
Yeah.
Not everybody, but like you're universally discredited, not being very good, but your music still sells. Or you can't play music anymore.
Okay. I'd go for the first one.
Yeah.
Just be a bit hated, but it sounds like I'd still be successful,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
Like, who is it? James Blunt, isn't he? He kind of like writes
He's really leaned into it, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, people don't like my music. I don't like my music.
Yeah.
Nobody likes my music. People bought it. Who bought it? You're all idiots.
Yeah.
Now I've got money.
I spoke to... There was a taxi driver a couple of years ago that... Because I had a guitar with me, so he was like, oh, you into music? Blah, blah, blah. And he was like,
Nope.
nope. And then he was like, "What do you think of Ed Sheeran?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think he's good. He's obviously very successful." And he was like, "I think he's ginger though."
Well,
And I thought he was joking, but he was like, and I was like, "What? Like, is that so much of a problem?" He was like, "Oh, I mean, I'd love to be as successful as him, but not if it means I was ginger." And I was like, "Really?" Like, yeah, that baffled me.
yeah. Well, how about this one? Like, you lose both your legs to become successful, or you don't lose your legs. Now, these aren't really would you rather. It's like, what would you give up?
I thought you were going to say you get to keep your legs, but you're ginger.
I wouldn't mind being ginger.
I wouldn't mind being ginger.
I'm already pretty pale.
I think I look quite weird with my skin tone. But,
Yes. I mean, I've already got a bit of a ginger beard anyway.
Yeah.
Here's one that I saw. That would you rather have prosthetic legs or a prosthetic penis?
How far down on the leg? The entire leg? Or like below the knee?
Above the knee.
Above the knee. Oh, prosthetic. Oh, this is a really hard one. This is the one that's caught me the most.
You? It's because you like running, but you don't like having a penis.
Exactly that.
But you don't want to say it because people will think you're weird.
Oh, I think I'd go for the prosthetic penis. But then I couldn't have kids.
You could.
Could I?
It's only penis and not
that's
testes.
true. That's true.
You still got your nuts. That'd look even weirder, wouldn't it?
I'm picturing this now.
Why are we picturing this now? I'm sorry, people at home.
I'm gonna keep my legs.
I'm gonna keep my penis.
Are you?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know whether I keep my legs. I've still not decided, even though I've decided.
We'll come back to you.
Okay.
Come back to you. Have you got one?
I have got more. I forgot that I was still asking them to. Would you rather be able to speak all the languages ever, or speak to animals?
Speak to animals.
Yeah.
If I didn't speak English, then maybe I would choose that one. But like the amount of communication that I do on a day-to-day basis, I could definitely speak to more animals than I could to speak to people that don't speak English.
Yeah,
for sure. But that's ignorant English me.
I'd go for that though. You can learn languages. You can't learn to talk to animals.
Not unless you're Dr. Dolittle.
That's true.
If you had to, this is a more of a light-hearted one, ish. If you had to live in a cage or jail for the rest of your life,
Yeah.
would you rather the bars be horizontal or vertical?
Well, they're almost always vertical, aren't they?
They are.
When you see them.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go for horizontal. Because you could climb it like a ladder.
You could have a little bit of fun there.
Yeah.
I feel like you could kind of play it like some sort of weird drum set if it's horizontal.
Yeah.
I wonder why there aren't many more horizontal. I bet it's harder to build, isn't it, a horizontal cage?
Yeah.
But you could just build a vertical cage and turn it on its side, I guess.
That's true.
Interesting.
It's something to do with like structural. I suppose it's easier to climb. That's probably the main reason.
Yes. Well, you see it in like cages for like hamsters and stuff. They almost always have horizontal bars in, and like the odd vertical bar going along.
Maybe that's so they can climb it. So it's like a fun thing.
Good answer. Good answer.
Would you rather have no eyebrows or one eyebrow? And I don't mean a monobrow. I mean
just a singular on one side.
I'm going to pick for you. You get to keep your left eyebrow. Or none.
I think none.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be easier to explain, or easier for people to come to terms with, I feel. Because they'd be like, he's obviously just got no eyebrows.
I'd shave my head as well. The other one is then you're like, oh yeah, I was staying at my friends and they shaved it off, kind of stuff. And there's only so long you can keep that up for. Like I can feel like I could get that away.
I feel like you'd start off with a story like that, and then in the end you'd meet people and you'd be like, yeah, I've got no eyebrows. Just move on.
Yeah, just one. Or you just always have like all your photos
From
are
the
just on
side.
one side, or you got like your hand on your head, kind of covering it.
Maybe that scenario of you're sitting at a bar, like in a film. Someone comes sits next to you and they have no idea until you go, aha!
Surprise. Or maybe you just draw it on. Or you train a fluffy slug
Yes.
sit on your face. But then if you're going to do that, you could very easily train just 2 fluffy slugs, wouldn't you? And they would match more.
That's such an easy solution.
It is. If you
Yeah.
could talk to animals, that'd be very easy.
Oh, we should have kept a note of these to look at the world you live in after all of these questions.
Oh, you're eating babies now. What a weirdo. Here's a beneficial one.
Okay.
Would you rather be able to eat anything you want and it be perfectly nutritious,
Yeah.
or only have to get 1 hour of sleep a day to be fully rested?
Hour of sleep.
Why?
I feel like you get so much more accomplished. Well, you'd have to eat a lot more.
I'm surprised you didn't just go, sleep.
Sleep.
Just one word it. Food.
No, I think getting the 1 hour of sleep because you could do so much more with your time.
Yeah, but you think, would you?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Do you think you just become super productive? I just feel like I'd play games more.
Well, then you become really good at the games.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
You'd have like a leg up on a lot of people,
Yeah, you would.
depending on what you were doing.
I think my answer is also sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do it now anyway. Just believe in
That's
yourself.
true. I think I'm coming to the end of my questions. I have got a couple more, but would you rather stand on burning hot coals for 30 seconds or shut one of your hands in a waffle iron for 2 minutes?
Waffle iron. The coal one.
Yeah.
Because people do that for fun, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't see many people sticking their hand in a waffle iron for fun.
Yeah.
It's
Agreed.
although does my hand turn into a waffle?
It'll have the shape of a waffle burnt into it.
Mm-hmm. Would you rather have toes for fingers or fingers for toes?
Classic.
A classic.
Classic. I'd rather have fingers on my toes.
They're not on your toes, 4 toes. You don't
Sorry.
Get, you don't
I'd
get an
rather-
extra bend.
Okay, I'd rather have fingers on my feet.
Yeah.
Because then that's just useful.
Yeah, you're like a
You've
monkey
got like
then, aren't you?
dexterity everywhere.
Do you think you'd be able to play 2 guitars at once?
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the sound of this.
Become like, was he Hitman-chan?
Hitmonchan. Yeah.
No.
Hitmonlee? Are you
No.
talking Pokemon?
Yeah, the one with like 4 arms. That's like
Machamp. Machop. Machoke.
Machamp.
Machamp. The first one I said.
Yes. There you go.
There we go. Little Pokemon reference for. Have you got any more? I think I'm going to bow out now. I've done all my good ones.
Would you rather have 17 normal-sized testicles?
17.
17.
That's a very
Or-
specific number.
You can have 18 if you want.
Go on then. 18.
Or 2 testicles the size and weight of coconuts.
Where are your 18 testicles? In the normal
They're all
place?
sold down there, yeah.
Because I feel like either way, I feel like 18 of them might equate to more than 2 coconuts
Well,
anyway.
That's why I picked 17, Ben, because the weight is equal. On average.
I think I go for the
The
coconuts.
coconuts are more hairy, though.
Uh,
No, you don't have coconuts down there. I'm just saying if you were to weigh them up.
yeah. I think coconuts.
I
I
think
think it'd be easier to deal with.
the exact opposite.
Do you?
Because is it much easier to get a bag full of small balls into a smaller box than it is to get one large ball into a box that it doesn't fit? Do you know what I mean?
Why am I putting my testicles in a box?
Because how are you putting pants on? I'm just trying to break it down for you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they are much easier to get into a different shape. Whereas like you're
Yeah.
stuck with that one. You've got a large ball then. You know what I mean?
Oh, God.
or large balls, as it were.
I'm sticking with my coconuts.
Okay, you weird coconut boy. No, I haven't really got any more.
I don't got any more. I feel like we've got to the stage now, like we did with the quiz, that I've started getting a bit delirious from questions.
I've got one for the listeners.
Go on.
Would you rather support us via Patreon or die? Not really.
How long have you been waiting to say that?
That's the whole reason we've done this.
That's the whole reason. I see. Oh, Jesus.
Well, this has been another week of Two Sheep in a Pool.
It has.
Thank you for listening. Send us any more would you rather questions in. If you send a particular good one, maybe we'll answer it.
Maybe.
You can do that in the usual method of Twitter, Facebook,
any of them.
Maybe not email.
Nah, still not email.
If you'd like to support us on Patreon, you won't die if you don't. But I would appreciate it.
Do you want to? Now we're at the end and we can talk about Patreon a bit.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain to if someone doesn't know what Patreon is?
Yes.
What is Patreon? I've not heard of it, James.
Patreon is this platform where creators mostly, but not necessarily, where creators can get paid for the work they do that isn't necessarily buying something. So it's just like, I like the work you do, here is some money, kind of like a donation.
Yeah.
And it's usually a monthly ongoing thing. You can have rewards. We don't have any rewards at the moment, but that's something we probably will work towards.
We will do.
We might end up setting a goal. That is like if we earn a certain amount each month, we'll do a goal of something, but it's kind of a bit vague at the moment.
At the moment, it's basically just if you like it and you want to help us get a new mic stand, so we can sit a bit easier.
If to start with, we can just like cover the cost of hosting the podcast, that would be great.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Thank you very much.
Thanks us all your money.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks for listening.
See you next week.
Bye.
See you next week. That's better. I actually said week that time, not week.
Bye.
See ya.